Hello guys, you're watching Geeks Assemble, and today with another video, another review. We're reviewing Dracula. We've done series episode 1, we've done episode 2, and check them out because they're already on the channel. But today we're doing episode 3, the finale of Dracula, the last one. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on to it. This one, obviously, Dracula's in modern day. He's experimenting, he's trying to find out new things. There's a camera, he's looking at the camera. He's looking at the helicopters and thinking, can cars do that as well? Can they fly? And yeah, we have that going on. He still can control bats and animals, so they attack and he manages to escape. He gets to a place and he starts eating and looking at a modern day flat or home, as you will, and think it's the most luxurious thing he's ever seen, and not understanding what television is and stuff like that. It's very refreshing to see someone from the past looking at these futuristic stuff, and they would be mind blown. They would look at this random TV and go, "Whoa, what's that? What? It just blow their mind, and it does blow his, which is nice to see, and it shows what time period he's kind of from, and trying to learn his new surroundings. And he's always been on top throughout these two stories, but take him out of his own time zone, the humans know how to do their business. They get a machine to break down the roof and they can lift it up, and obviously the sun hurts him. So he has to do as they say, sort of thing, and they lock him into security. But still he fights back. Humans have all this technology, they can have all these advances against him now. He still fights back. He uses their technology against them by using the internet to contact a lawyer. He's been in a lawyer for a long service of time, and the lawyer manages to get him out of the lockdown because, without further ado, Dracula has rights, and we get that off the bat. And the lawyer wants to be bitten by the vampire, and the lawyer, who's played by Mark Gatiss, which is weird and lovely to see him playing another different role. And yeah, he's playing the lawyer and he gets bitten and he starts working for Dracula and telling Dracula information. Now we've got this other person, I think, who's called Lucy. She's very much a go-getter, trying to experiment in her she's 22, so she's experimenting, doing her own thing and all that jazz. And it's weird to see, but nice, and you have that going on. Then you move on to her playing with two lads and sort of thing, and then she gets intrigued with Dracula and thinks she can take him on. He's an older man, she might persuade to that. She learns that he's a vampire and she rolls with it. She gets bitten slowly throughout the consequences. She learns about death and the creepiness that there's some people get alive after death, and some of them who are cremated, all burnt to a crisp and weird, and that is very scary and very Stephen Moffat-y to do. Now, Doctor Who Series 8, Peter Capaldi's run, the finale of that, played with this. It's the same writer who wrote this episode, that Doctor Who episode, wrote this. Stephen Moffat, he played with that and wrote about cremation and stuff like that. So now he's playing with cremation and stuff with Dracula, which is very interesting and very parallel to the two shows he's written. Intrigue, as always. These little kids come out with weird cremated faces and they come out to play and they follow her home, and it's a scary scene like hell. It is such a horror Chucky vibe, which you're like, whoa, this is creepy. And obviously Dracula just kills the kid, but then he feeds on Lucy. She goes into, so she feels whatever her body feels, and she's trapped now, dead. So she's watching everything but can't move. And she goes into her funeral and blah blah blah, sees that, and she's screaming, saying, help, help, no one can help her, and she can't move. And she gets cremated, and she's slowly burning, she's screaming, and then she breaks out, and she's some weird ass bride for Dracula, which she's always been after throughout these 3 episodes, a bride. And she is like that, but cremated, and she looks at herself and wants to die, and the Jack doctor, who's also been working for the whole time and she's been playing with that Jack guy's heart, he decides to kill her to ease her pain, and he has to live with that and go off. Van Helsing from the future, who's down the bloodline, she's dying of cancer, and Dracula can't bite her because it'd kill him. But then they have that massive conference at the end of this whole saga with them talking about death and stuff like that, and Dracula decides it's time to die. And he looks into the sun and sees it beautiful, and then he goes to bite Van Helsing as she's suffering in pain from cancer and dying anyway, and they both just die together, and that's how it ends. That's a weird way to end Dracula's run out of these 3 stories. But yeah, what would I give this out of 10? An 8 out of 10. It's a weird one to go down and very rocky, this episode. There's bits that I like, and there's bits that I'm just like... So yeah, that's my thoughts really on this story. Let me know your thoughts down below. And don't worry, I won't be doing any more Dracula if you're not a fan of this. But if you are, sadly, that's it. But for other shows, we will be doing Doctor Who, Life on Mars, Game of Thrones eventually, Breaking Bad, Gotham, Marvel, DC. We do all sorts of shows and movies on this channel, so this channel really is for everyone. So if you know anyone who'd like this, get them to subscribe and check them out. And also, if you could subscribe, because we're trying to get to the channel goal before the end of the year, it would really help. Give this video a thumbs up, because it always helps the algorithm, and get the little bell so you don't miss any videos. And as always, I'll see you guys for another video very soon. Have a nice day.